Welcome back to Cooking with Willie. Today we're going to be making Peruvian pollo. Here's the pollo. This is what's going to make it Peruvian. These fancy ingredients I got off of Amazon.com, but don't let that kind of thing deter you. You can get the same kind of stuff at Publix. So this Peruvian pollo we're going to be making today involves a paste that uses something called ají amarillo, which is really nothing but a yellow fiery pepper. It also uses something called huacate. And essentially that's nothing but mint, so don't be deterred if you can't find huacate at your local food line or Publix or wherever. But to start the dish, it's going to take some cloves of garlic, and we're going to chop these up coarsely. We're going to mix them with some spices here in just a second, and then we're going to mix it all into the ají amarillo and the huacate, and then we're going to marinate them into our pollo. So this is just rough cut. And it's a lot of rough cut garlic. Sure, that is a lot. But like we said from episode 1 on, man, if you're not cooking with flavor in mind, then what the hell are you doing? You might as well live in prison and eat prison food. So what we're going to mix with the paste and the garlic that we're chopping up is going to be some black peppercorns and cumin. Obviously you can grind this up yourself or you can buy it already ground, but one of the things that really makes it nice is if you can take your peppercorns and your cumin seeds or whatever spice you're going to use and toast them in a pan a little bit before grinding them up yourself. Watch them, they'll jump. See them jumping. You can do this however you want to do it, but I like to just jam it in there. Look at all of that goodness. Woo, I wish we had smell-o-vision. This is good. I like to throw a little salt in there to keep it coarse. If you don't have a mortar and pestle, you should get one. But you can use a coffee grinder, a spice grinder that's electric. I just like this because it puts me in touch with my Peruvian roots. All right, so this Peruvian pollo, we're going to put a coating, a marinade on it. This is 8 cloves of garlic that were roughly chopped. Into that, we're going to put a couple of teaspoons of pepper and also a couple of teaspoons of hot paprika. Into that, we're going to put the spices that we just toasted. Again, that was cumin and black pepper. And now, this is where it goes Peruvian. At this point, this is ají amarillo. It's essentially a hot pepper, a yellow hot pepper. So we're going to use 4 tablespoons of it. And it's pretty flavorful stuff. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And into it is the mintier complement, which looks disgusting, but it's like an herb and it's mint. So 1, 2 tablespoons of that. Now, all we gotta do is mix all this goodness up with my baby spatula. It's gonna make a nice wet paste. And we're gonna take this wet paste, we're gonna rub it all over our spatchcocked chicken. So it looks awful. I mean, no doubt about it, it looks awful. But sometimes flavors are like that. So after a couple episodes of putting this up there really high, I hurt my shoulder and decided to store it low. So here we go. Low storage. Heavy stuff, low storage. So to spatchcock, you're gonna need kitchen shears. Also a good idea to use gloves so you don't have chicken stuff going all over the place. And I'm putting it on a nice pan here. So what you're gonna do, use your kitchen shears to just cut right down, right through the backbone. Now if you're a home cook that likes to save bones for stock and stuff, then this is a good thing to keep. Throw it in the freezer, put a bunch of them together, and you can make stock for soups and stuff. Or you can just throw it on the grill with all of your other stuff. Damn it. All right, so sometimes spatchcocking requires the delicate hand of your knife won't work. So this is not a ringing endorsement for how sharp these shears are. Anyway, you couldn't do this with a knife. You really need to have something that breaks through the bones like this. And now that's the chicken's backbone. All right, so watch out real carefully here. At this point, this is the inside cavity of the chicken. And so you need to open it the rest of the way up. And right up in here where the breastbone is, you're gonna wanna cut it a little bit, just down a little bit. And that way, when you turn it over, you just flatten it out, and now it cooks much more evenly. All right, so here's our spatchcocked chicken. I'm gonna put a little bit of this wet paste on the inside of them. This is the part that's gonna cook face down, so I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on it. I'd rather this paste stay on the other side. So this is the side I'm gonna spend the most time on, and you just wanna put that paste all over it. Rub it on there thick. So I'm gonna stick this chicken inside here to let it marinate for, oh, damn it, for at least an hour. Man. Oh, this is full of shit.
I'm gonna go see my dog.
Your daughter? You're the goddamn daughter?
My dog.
Oh. She watches that guy. She's fascinated with him.
Doc Martin.
She loves her British doctor more than me. All right, so the chicken that we've marinated earlier is out there just kind of getting all those spices ready for the grill. And right now we're gonna make a creamy salsa verde, which is essentially nothing but these cilantro, this jalapeno, this garlic clove, some mayonnaise, some aguacate, and some ají amarillo, salt, pepper, a couple of these scallions. Some people call them green onions, but whatever. And some lime. So, here we go. Lime in, and this is counterintuitive. People think that it goes this way. No, it goes that way. It calls for 2 tablespoons. I don't know how much that was, but whatever. This is probably the 2nd tablespoon. And if it's not, whatever. These are your recipes. You're working with them. Now, the thing is this. We're accentuating the flavor of the Peruvian pollo that we're making out there. So we're going to add a little of the ají amarillo. And the ají amarillo is going to have a full tablespoon. Boom! And it's also going to add a little bit of the flavor from the aguacate. And the aguacate, boom! There we go. Now, to finish this shit off, what's necessary is mayonnaise. Mayonnaise. So, find something clean to get your mayonnaise out, and you want 3/4 of a cup. Yeah, 3/4 of a cup. That's probably a quarter. This is the 1/2 cup. And I bet that's 3/4 of a cup. So, now what you're gonna do, a little pepper and a little salt, because that's what the guys do on TV. And now, you're gonna take all of this goodness and mix it up. And this is your creamy salsa verde. Now what you can do with this, you can run it through a blender, you can run it through a food processor, you can run it through your spoon. One way or the other. The flavors in this are going to accentuate or otherwise complement what you're doing out there with the pollo, Peruvian pollo. So let's give it a taste. Let's see what we got. That's damn fine. Yeah, that's damn fine. So, the chicken's been marinating for quite a while with the ají amarillo and the huacate on it, and we put it here in the refrigerator. And you'll notice that we used a much better size tray. A tray that actually fits in the refrigerator is far better than anything that constitutes a mess. So, here's our spatchcocked chicken. It's got the ají amarillo, the cloves, the garlic, all the other stuff that we put into it. And so we're getting ready to put it in the grill. Get your little drip pan down there. Remember, this is a big goddamn bird, so be careful. Oh, oh yeah! If you don't hear that, you ain't cooking. Here's the chicken's extra piece. Here's the back. And one chunk of fat. Here we go. Gonna cook. I got a stringy piece. So not yet. There's a rope. Going from left to right. That was the thing, man. It exploded finally. That's why I like fire. You can throw shit in it. 10 minutes later, boom! But that's fire, you know? You can never be too sure. And that's where the throwing pin comes in. What you're gonna wanna do is you wanna test your meat. You're gonna wanna insert the tip of this, just a tip, into the meat to see what's happening. So, here we go. Here's the thigh. Let's see what we got. Oh, it's done. This is what matters, man. What matters more than anything else is, let's get it off. This is our Peruvian pollo. It was marinated in huacate as well as ají amarillo, which is basically a hot yellow pepper. And so it's a very, very, very fine flavor. And if you just cut the breast of the chicken off, I think you'll see a nice bit of flavor on it. I'm not gonna cut it all off at this point in time, but fantastic flavor. So here's a little bit of the breast meat. Here is some of the leg quarter. And leg quarter is typically one of the more flavorful parts of it. I'll throw a little bit of that on there as well. And don't forget, this was our salsa verde. Put a little bit of that on, quarters, a little bit of it on, and honestly, we could have made that rice that went with it. We could have made potatoes that went with it. We could have made all kinds of that went with it. But when it comes down to it, this right here, this bite, god dang teeth, is all that you really want. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.